Oh, and we've got a huge rollover there. Oh, it's all gone very, very wrong. That is Jamal, man in the cup car. Again, that frustration, just getting everything wrong, and Jamal rolling over several times. Here's that huge accident for Jamal. Car's thrown in the air, rolling over and over. Then again digs in. Already had 2 rollovers, and when he digs into the gravel, the car goes over several more times. This is going to be a YouTube special. Motors to the fore again. That was a big accident. And
is that Roman Grosjean into the gravel? In the has is Esteban Gutierrez into the gravel trap, and his return to Formula One after 2 seasons with Sauber, with the Haas team
got
now.
Another car upside down there, look.
Yes, you're right, Fernando Alonso. And you can see Alonso sat by the barrier and getting himself up, walking very gingerly indeed. We've got a safety car, and that's a massive impact. Fernando Alonso looks a little bit winded and a little bit shocked by that, and shaking hands with Esteban Gutierrez. This is down at turn 3. Drivers had already pitted, of course. Here comes Alonso. Oh.
Yeah. So it was not a car failure. Oh, that all looks a bit familiar to me, to be honest.
Doesn't it just? And then it dug in twice into the gravel.
So he's gone to switch sides as Gutierrez is slowing down. It's caught him out a little bit. And here he goes. So initially he's looking to the right, switches sides, and Gutierrez has braked much earlier than he expected, or lifted off much earlier than he expected. And up in the air it goes.
And it was just a glancing blow at first, wasn't it? But there's a red flag as well. As we
When George Russell, who's got the DRS, so having to defend. Oh, massive accident. Oh, and rolling over, horrible crash. Thankfully, he's landed the right way up, but Dorian Boccalacci. But this was the enormous crash. Dorian Boccalacci just couldn't make his mind up which way to go, and that is truly spectacular. And then into the gravel that sent him over. You can see the hands off the steering wheel at that point. That is a violent, violent crash. And see the camera ripped off the top of the car, the floor cracked, but thankfully
sector.
So not a personal best for him in this qualifying.
That's a big crash for Daniel Kvyat in the Red Bull, and we do see big accidents at Suzuka on qualifying day, and we have in the past, and the red flag has immediately been shown, and Danny Kvyat there stricken in his Red Bull.
Very unusual place to go off.
Are you okay, Danny?
yeah, I'm okay.
This is what happened.
Oh, he got on the grass on the way in. Complete driver error. It's so unusual to have that accident there. He's gone on the grass on the way in, and a tank slapper into the barriers. Huge accident.
Through pit stops, and here is a fight. Oh, dearie me, a huge accident! And that is Salvador Duran. Over and over he goes, and into the catch fencing, and over the catch fencing as well. He raised his hand saying, "I'm okay." But that was a huge accident for Salvador Duran. Jumps out of the car, adrenaline still pumping through his veins. See that again, it's Faraz Fawzi who brakes a little bit early, and the nose of the car just hits that rear wheel and sends him over, sliding through the gravel on his head. Then it catches, and over he goes, barrel rolling over the tyre barrier, over the catch fencing, and into the slip road. Marshall's very lucky. Anyone
To say, if I was going to be talking to the men at Bridgestone, I'd be saying, oh, and it's a huge accident. Adam Carroll hit from behind by Jose Maria Lopez. He was having another look at Valles, and after rolling about 4 times, the car lands mercifully the right way up, and the Ulsterman is okay. That was a huge bunch behind Adrian Valles, and of course he went over the top of Valles, who has lost 2 rolls, I think. Now let's have a look at Lopez's part in this. Yeah. This is the corner before, coming up behind Valles, on the brakes now. Yep. It was V1, V2. Adam Carroll just got caught out by Valles on the brakes, and in fact Lopez had no part in it at all, except did he get hit from behind? Watch Lopez's car. Does he get hit or does he collect Valles? Either way, Lopez is out of the race. Carroll goes round and over twice.
Has taken advantage is Joel Eriksson, who finds himself into P2. Oh, and there's a collision already, and a car invertedly.
Yes, it was someone's outbraked himself going into turn 1 and clattered into 2 others. Not entirely sure who that is at the moment. We see Habsford has dropped down to 5th place, Gunther 3rd, Islet P4 as they flow around the first few corners, and safety car has been called, Dave. Safety car has been called.
So no surprise there. One of those involved in that was Ralph car on the outside.
So yeah, it is you. He outbrakes himself, goes into the side of Aron, who then hits Beckman, and Beckman gets turned over in the gravel trap. And to be fair, Dave, this is one of the reasons why we hear an awful lot of tarmac runoff areas replacing gravel traps, because sometimes they can actually flick a car over like that.
Look at the reaction of René Rossin then on the very left-hand side of your picture there. He's the team boss of Prema Power Team. And there you can see the cars are both, and it just digs in. It digs into that gravel, doesn't it?
And what's happened actually is because it has rained.
Man in a real hurry now as the leaders accelerate up towards Druids, and Denny Smith leads the way. Look at that! Whoa, an enormous accident at Paddock, and that is Robert Volk. Robert Volk off the road, and involved with him is Tom McGregor's Van Diemen. And that is an enormous accident. The marshals very quickly on the scene. Not surprisingly, the safety car has been deployed. And Robert Volk, the South African, has had a monster accident. Here it is. There was contact between him and Thomas McGregor. And Volk cartwheels into the tyres, and that just acts as a spring and bounces him off. And he keeps on bouncing, keeps on rolling. Eventually ends up upside down in the gravel. And as soon as it goes quiet, the marshals sprint out to attend to the driver, and proof of how strong the modern-day Formula Ford is. Robert Volk able to get out of the car. Big round of applause from those in the Paddock Hill Bank grandstand, deservedly so. Look at that, it just digs in, cartwheels, hits the tyres, and that just launches in again. Look at all the air that gets out of the car, it bounces high into the air, and then lands with a big, big impact in the gravel.
With an apparent ride next year. Oh! Looks like Oriol Servia.
Watch carefully. We don't see any movement yet. And Mauricio Guzman also involved off the edge of the course. Moving his head, appears to be okay. A touch of tires, there's one thing in open wheel racing that you don't want to get involved in. And of course the full course caution is out, the field slows. In fact, moving in the cockpit.
Coming down into the second corner, you can see Oriol get up and over the back of Mauricio Guzman's car. Watch it again. Fortunately, he landed right side up. As you said, Paul, the great danger of open wheel racing is wheel-to-wheel contact. Car digs in.
One of the pieces that you see.
Knocked it out. We've got to go back upstairs. We've got a car problem.
Yeah, we've had a huge accident down at the end of the backstretch. A car has rolled coming out down under braking there, and it's one of the Newman Haas cars. I think it's Christian, or is it Michael? It's difficult to tell from this view. It's Michael. It is Michael Andretti. We have confirmation. Not out of the car yet, and obviously a fire in the back there as well. The safety crews running across the gravel, trying to get there as quickly as possible, and in fact very fast to get to the car. It is definitely Michael. You can see that silver crash helmet, the familiar silver crash helmet, and obviously there's been a nasty incident. The accident perhaps happening ahead of him, or he had a chance. Oh, he went trying to get past PJ and they clipped. Wow! Now that was a high-speed accident. Look at that. He hadn't really started braking when he hit the back of PJ Jones, and look at the way that car got flicked into a roll across the gravel trap. They've increased the size of that gravel trap this year, and I think for Michael Andretti's sake, it's a very good thing they have. 190 miles an hour they're doing as they come down there, and that's where it all went wrong. And there, in a separate incident, Leto trying to get past Zanardi, and there was the contact. And then appeared Michael Andretti across in front of everybody. Wow, and Carpentier was lucky not to get wiped out there.
Astonishing accident, really. I'm not quite sure.
First race, of course, but James Collado, oh dear, misjudges it dreadfully as the door is closed. He was committed on the inside, and to add injury perhaps to insult, the car rolls over slowly into gravel. Now, shouldn't have done him too much damage, it just rolled over slowly. But now, what has that done to Jasmine Jafar's car? Looks like he's okay, but...
and we touched as we braked into the hairpin, and unfortunately I was worse off and ended up in the gravel. So you know, that's the way it is. I've not looked at any footage or spoke to anyone yet, so we'll have to see what happened later.
Very first pit stall, it gets congested even leaving pit road. It's hard to find again.
No!
Big trouble.
That is Simon Pagino barrel rolling.
I had no brake. I'm okay. I had no brake.
Oh, that's great to hear that he's okay.
Wow.
Frightening that he did not have brakes.
That is in turn
Glad you're okay.
4, I believe, downhill off the back straightaway.
And that is reminiscent of, what, 1998, Michael Andretti doing a barrel roll here?
Exactly, in
same
an
spot.
exact same situation with a mechanical issue for Andretti, who had an end fence stuck in his suspension.
I had no brake.
Immediately, you're in a bit of shock. Oh! Wow. Huge credit to the aero screen. We get another long shot of it. We did see some tire smoke, but it's unclear if that would be from a locked tire. More than likely, that would have been Simon trying to get... Oh, my goodness. You can see his hands pulled back to his chest, probably grabbing his shoulder belts. And again, I'm going to go back to the good news of that, if there is any, is that is energy dissipation and it's deceleration of the race car before he gets to that narrow tire stack and the concrete barrier.